Hey guys, it's been a while. It's been a whole half a season since I've actually sat down and talked to you guys, and my plan was to lead up to season 8 by doing, all of the seasons up to season 8. But I got so busy. I just finished directing my first feature, which is nuts, so that took up most of my time, and I wasn't able to do these videos talking about The Walking Dead like I wanted to. But I've got time now, so let's just talk about season 8A of The Walking Dead. So the first thing I want to say about it is that I actually enjoyed it. There were times where it was kind of dull, but in all, I enjoyed the season. I think no matter what they do, I'm always going to like The Walking Dead. Even with what they did, and we'll get to that in a minute, but I still am a big fan of The Walking Dead. I don't think I'll ever not be a fan of The Walking Dead. So I didn't mind this season. I thought it started off better than what season 7 was. Now, the first 4 episodes of this season I loved. I loved the way they did it, the way they kind of just jumped into it. It was like action, action, action. We've got a plan. We can do this. So I was so on board with that. All the different groups had something that they had to do in order to make this plan work. So I love that the communities came together and had to work together to defeat Negan. So that I really enjoyed. Episode 4 was my favorite episode out of all of them. I love the dynamic between the King, Carol, Jerry. I love all of them working together. And it was so tragic to see the King lose all his men. I felt so bad for him. And I think that's why it's also one of my favorite episodes, is because you built up this character so much that he thinks he's basically invincible, and he's like, we'll always win, we're going to do this. And then it turns out that he's not going to do this because you just lost all your men. But another reason I absolutely love that episode was because Carol was basically a ninja, killing everyone. She killed like all of them, all in one go. She was just like, yep, I gotta do this. I gotta get in this mindset. We're gonna do this. So yeah, she just goes in, she hides in the ceiling, she takes them out. And then at the end, when she lets the truck go to go save the King, and that she knows that Daryl's gonna go and stop them. So she's like, we're okay, it's fine. One thing I found off about this mid-season was the character development, especially in Daryl, a little bit in Tara, but not so much, but especially in Daryl. One thing he does is he goes and fights Rick because he wants to take out the sanctuary right then and there with the guns they have. Honestly, I don't think that's in his character. Daryl was someone who was like very much on Rick's team, and he still is, not that he's not, but he was just like on Rick's team so much, and for him to kind of go against Rick in a big way, like that's a huge decision for Daryl to make, to go and take out Negan himself. So to make that decision, it's like so out of character. And I found same thing with Tara. I know she's lost so much to them, but like the plan was going well. That's the thing that blows my mind too, is that like they have this really good plan that's going really well, but Daryl's like, nope, gotta go blow it up. I thought the writing was a little poor in that way because, again, Daryl just, I don't think he would do that. And then that's just putting more shit on Daryl. Like, he literally let Negan out to go kill everyone. That's on him. That's his fault. He's the one who did that. So I don't know, again, where they're going with Daryl's character, and I honestly think it was out of character for Daryl to do that. Alright, now I want to talk about the mid-season finale. Man, that was something. And it wasn't a good something, it was a bad something. I was expecting a death to happen. Like, a pretty strong character death. Someone like Rosita or Tara, maybe even Morgan. But I was not expecting Carl. And I don't think everyone else was either. What the hell are they doing? What the hell are they doing? They definitely made a mistake killing Carl, I find. I'm not the biggest fan of Carl. He's not my favorite character. But he's a character that is so important to this story that them killing him just messed them up. I can't see anyone taking that role. I can't see anyone taking Carl's storyline and going forward with it. Again, I don't read the comics. I only know what my friends tell me of the comics, but I know Carl was like a very important role for the stories to come. And without him, I don't know how they're going to do those stories. They must have a plan in the back of their pocket, and I hope that their plan comes through and that it's amazing. But my God, did they make a weird decision there. A couple of the reasons why I heard they killed Carl was because it would push Negan's story. Spoiler alert for those of you who don't read the comics. In the comics, him and Carl have like this huge relationship. They like end up bonding, and like Carl goes and visits him in the prison cell that Rick eventually puts him in. But their reasoning for killing Carl is basically to show Rick that there is some hope, or like to show Rick that you don't have to kill everyone. Like, that's his trigger to keep Negan alive. So I don't know if it's going to switch. I don't know if now he's going to kill Negan for everything he's done, or if he's going to save Negan. But I think that's a shitty way to show Rick, like, there's still good stuff, good people, and everything in the world. Another thing that really bothered me about Carl's death is that he died saving a nobody. He died literally saving a stranger in the woods. What? Like, at least if he's gonna die, have him save someone super important to him. What if Michonne was in trouble and Carl went and saved her, and then like that's how he was bit? Holy shit, that would be insane. Like, I would kind of be behind that if he was saving someone very important to him. But he was literally saving a nobody, and I'm sure this person is gonna like be in the show a lot more and become a character in the show, but like that's not a way to introduce a character like that and to make a character leave like that. Like, what a crappy way to go. And like, because he's dead, everything that has happened to him is like, to me, it's like meaningless. Like the stuff that Lori told him, like, take this world, if it's easy, don't do it. That doesn't mean anything anymore. I don't know why they decided to kill Carl. I'm not a fan of that at all. I think they should have kept Carl until like the end. I think Carl should have been one of the last people alive, if not like the only survivor left. Aside, and Carol. Carol has to live too, but yeah, I think they should have kept him until the very end. Honestly, like, I know a lot of people tease, like, this is how it's going to end with old man Carl telling, like, the story of how everything happened. But now with Carl gone, like, who the hell's going to tell these stories? Judith isn't going to be telling these stories. She doesn't know any of these stories. Carl is literally there since the beginning. Since the beginning of the whole thing. And they decide to kill him. I can't even, no. So, that's my thoughts on Carl dying. I hate it. I think it was stupid, and I have no idea where the story is going to go now. But again, I really, really hope they have something in the back of their pockets, because I really hope what they have planned is good. And again, I'm such a huge fan that I think anything they give us is I'm going to like, but it's frustrating. It's frustrating sometimes. I just want to touch on one more thing in the mid-season finale. I love Carol, as you guys know. Love her. And I love how much screen time she's getting, and I'll have her in a whole episode all the time if I could. But what are they doing in this mid-season finale with her? Like, she's literally everywhere. After Rick takes Jadis to go see what Negan looks like, Carol literally shows up out of nowheres with the truck, and she's like, get in, and I'm like, wait, how'd she know he was there? And then, like, when Ezekiel was in trouble, she's just like, I'm here, we're gonna save the day. It's like, how'd you know that he was in trouble? It's like, she just knows. So that was like really, really poor writing on their end. Again, love Carol time. I'm not complaining that she was on screen. I'm just like, what? How did she know? So that's just weird writing on their end. But seriously, keep Carol in there as much as possible. To end this little discussion, I want to talk about the originals. Now, we only have 3 left, and that is Carol, Rick, and Daryl. And Carl, although he won't be for long. So we only have 3 original cast left from season 1. that is huge. I realize now that the heart of this series are the people who were there from the beginning. Those original characters are really what make the show. And for them to only have 3 of them left, like, if they end up killing any more of them, I don't know if they're going to lose the heart of it or if it's just going to continue on like that, but I don't know. I feel like if they end up killing any of those 3, it's just going to take away from The Walking Dead. Because then you don't have someone who's been there since the beginning. And I know Rick will probably be there for a long time. He'll probably end up going until the last season, a couple episodes before. Maybe he'll die, maybe he won't. But I just don't think Rick is enough. I think they should definitely try to keep Daryl and Carol. I wish they would have kept Carl, but they should really cherish those characters and keep them for as long as they can. I know some of you want Daryl dead, and I know some of you don't like him right now, and I know, but like, man, if they killed him, that would be another original gone. And I just think they should hold on to that as long as possible. Because like I said, they are the heart of this show. So that's what I thought of the first half of season 8 of The Walking Dead. Awesome first 4 episodes, bit draggy in the middle, weird mid-season finale and probably the worst death ever, and really poor writing in the mid-season finale. But in all, I really enjoyed the first half of season 8. And I'm pretty excited to see what they have for the next half of season 8. It's going to be really sad because of Carl, but I'm pretty excited. And I'm really interested in seeing what they do with Morgan because of the whole Fear the Walking Dead thing. There has been pictures that have come out recently, and it's basically what he's wearing after Eastman. So let me know what you guys thought of the first half of season 8 down in the comments below, if you liked it and if you didn't like it. And I will see you guys next time.